Welcome to Psychic Holistic Spotlight. I'm your host, Josie Way, and my co-host tonight is Bill Hannon. Tonight we have two lovely guests, Miss Betty Sarmento and Miss Doris Mayo. They each have their own specialties, but they're very good friends. They've even previously been part of a wonderful singing group that I've been privileged to hear called the Angels, that they've had to let go of, but they're tight friends as well as spiritual people.
Come on, you never let go of your angels.
This is for sure.
There were four of them. And this is Betty Sarmento and Doris Mayo. Betty runs a healing center and does healing. Now, I'd first like to ask you about how you got started with healing. And
Oh, good question. In 2006, I was at a psychic fair in Wareham. And I was sitting, there was a stage, and I was sitting on the edge of the stage. And all of a sudden there was a tap on my shoulder. And I looked up, and this woman was standing there, and she said to me, "Would you like some Reiki?" And I said, "Oh," and she said, "It's free." And I went, "Oh, okay." So I got up on the stage, and she sat me in a chair, and she put her hands on my shoulders, and I was sold. I felt so good afterwards. It was Marie Bartram, and a few months later I took a Reiki 1 class with her. And it was like the heavens opened up, and all of a sudden I just couldn't get enough of this, all of it. I became a Reiki master teacher. I started teaching Reiki ultimately, and through a few different things. I worked at with a few other people at a center that really didn't work out well, so I finally said, I got to do my own thing. So I eventually started my own center at my home.
yeah, and your healing has expanded from just Reiki.
Yes.
You do more than that now.
I do. I'm a certified hypnotist as well. I'm also a medium. I read angel cards, do a little bit of this and a little bit of that.
Sure.
I think for all of us who get involved in the spiritual life, you just take some from column A, and then you take some from column B, whatever appeals to you, and eventually that's what you do and who you are. And for me, teaching, I loved it. But I love the hands-on healing myself, the personal touch. I also love having people come to my home because I like to entertain, and why not have them learn something while they're there? And it's really been quite nice. It's been fun. I had John Stetson one time. He came, and
As one of your
as one of my providers.
providers.
He did his ladies only show for the group that was there, and we had a really good time. You were there.
I was there.
And actually, I kicked off my center with him coming. Him in a Reiki 1 class. That was my month. But I don't really have necessarily well-known people generally, but I have people who do wonderful work. They do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's a lot of people out there that do wonderful work that aren't famous yet.
Right.
That's right, and maybe they never will be. They don't need to be,
That's right.
No.
We're all doing what we do to help the planet evolve, is what it comes down to, and to raise the vibration of Mother Earth and ourselves. And when we do, we're heading towards ascension. And when that happens, can't wait.
Yes. Every last one of us, which is like they did in Mu, way back.
Yeah.
Now, there are a few things that are new to you. You've been using a divine message board to facilitate some of your healing.
Yes. This is what I mean about evolving. How you do something or learn about something else and so forth, and before you know it, you're doing things you never thought you'd ever do.
Right.
And I should have brought the board with me today. It didn't even occur to me, to tell you the truth. I still wasn't sure when I left the house if this is radio or television. But anyway, so I could hold it in the radio station.
We have pictures here.
I know. You're very up to date with the latest.
Radio with pictures.
But anyway, my friend Pauline Pearson who's a wonderful medium and dowser. She's a fabulous dowser. She can douse anything. It's amazing. And she, in conjunction with Master Merlin, and the Merlin you're thinking of King Arthur's time, but of course he had many incarnations, one of which was Saint Germain too.
Excellent.
But she with him, he said, I want you to do a divine message board. And she said, okay, what's a divine message board? And so he told her, and he gave her all the symbols he wanted on it, and so forth and so on. And she said, well, you know, I have to get someone to pay for this. I don't have the money for this. I need an artist. I need this. I need that. And he said, don't worry. Next thing you know, she got a call from a dowsing friend who has some money, and she'd been, my friend Pauline had told her what she was doing, and she said, Pauline, I'd like to give you some money towards the divine message boards, creating them. And so, I mean, that paid for them. It was
Great.
awesome.
That's
and then another friend said, I know an artist, and the artist, and
Synchronicity.
the whole thing came together.
Well, when Spirit smiles on something,
Yes.
It goes.
It's going to happen.
it happens.
Yes, it
gonna
does.
happen.
It goes.
Absolutely. So anyway, she made, I've forgotten how many she produced, but she's been selling them. I sell them at my Spirit venue, which is what I call my center. And I have taken to using the darn thing myself.
Oh, yeah.
And it's fabulous. I had a gal come by recently who wanted an appointment with me because I do counseling as well. And I decided we'd use the message board to see what Archangel Michael, who comes to my board generally, would say for her.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's powerful.
we bring out the
It
big
is.
guns.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we do.
The board
Don't
is
settle for less.
no way. The board is only for really high level beings. I mean,
Right.
your family can come through too, but you know.
Right.
But anyway, he gave her some wonderful suggestions and gave me some ideas for healing for her, and it was awesome, just awesome. And she was very impressed. And then at the same time, we had a passerby, I call it, and he needed to be passed over, so we did that too.
Right.
And luckily, she could handle that. But anyway, so I have taken to using the board myself now, and then of course the hypnosis is always there to use, and I do that. I do hypnosis for weight
I'd be
loss.
interested in seeing this board because
Yeah.
I have another couple friends, a woman and a man,
Yeah.
and we use the Native American talking board.
Oh, nice.
and,
nice.
And it's all high vibrational.
Oh, I'd love to see that. We'll have to share notes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Definitely.
I would like to see the board
I
myself,
would love to see what you
I
have.
really apologize for not
Especially-
bringing it.
Yeah.
if angels work through it.
Well, it's just an excuse for us to have to come up and visit your venue.
Well, I hope you do.
Yes, I
That'd
would.
be great.
Maybe you'd like to come when I have Jeannie Townsend.
Now, what's this about?
This is about Jeannie Townsend is from Sedona, and this is, I only heard about this like a year ago, and I was just blown away. Spirit has been building a city in the fifth dimension that is going to be in Sedona, on land there, and it's coming very soon, probably within the next year. And Jeannie Townsend has been traveling there astrally for about 25 years now, I think it is. And she has written some books about the cities of light, the City of Light. There ultimately will be at least 13 of them around the globe, different places. This particular city is for healing. It needs, the first one is for healing, because so many people need to be healed. Yeah.
On
And
many different levels. Yeah.
oh
Yeah.
yeah, on many different, absolutely.
Yeah, the physical, mental, emotional,
Yeah.
spiritual.
Yeah, and we can facilitate a lot of healing on the emotional. A lot of other
Yes.
things will fall into place.
The emotional
Yes.
is that's the kicker. That's the
Right.
one you got to get
That's
rid
the-
of.
Yep.
Absolutely.
The one that seems to be the biggest problem is healing the heart chakra, that supposedly has been damaged since the early times of Mu and Atlantis.
Oh, you don't have enough time on your show for me to tell you all about that.
Yeah.
Right.
I do some
There's a
stuff with
lot.
that, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really into all of that. But basically, if you become a student of the Course in Miracles, then that's everything right
It is.
there. It says it's love versus fear. Fear is the ego in the third dimension. Love, unconditional love, is creator. And every moment you make a choice, fear or love, and of course degrees of. And this is all an illusion. It's like we're in a dream, and we need to wake up. And the Course says the way to do it is through forgiveness. And it's not the kind of forgiveness where you say, oh, I'm really sorry, I hurt you the other day. I didn't mean to. It's the divine forgiveness, where you look at your life and you pick out situations that you know were troublesome, and you forgive that person, place, or thing, and you forgive yourself. And then you have Holy Spirit come and remove the emotion from you, from your emotional body. And I always ask for him to replace it with unconditional love, because I'm a love junkie. And it's just beautiful. It's just beautiful. And then you become lighter.
It does work.
It really works.
It really does.
Doreen
Doris is a student too.
Doreen Virtue has a wonderful, in her Angel Detox book, her newest book, has a wonderful forgiveness meditation that also, where you look at everything and it's lifted from you,
Yeah.
Through the angels.
Yes. Yes.
Now, I have a question, Betty, about what you're just talking about. It sounds like it's something, a modality like EMDR might be very beneficial with the eye movement, the sense that.
Yeah,
Yes.
I don't use EMDR.
Right, well, you may not have to, but I'm just saying that it sounds to me like what you're talking about is one thing that they've been able to find with people I've had
Good
post-traumatic or traumatic situations, whether it's
We were
an
just
emotional
talking
time.
about
Yeah, we
this.
were.
Yeah, we were talking about it yesterday.
And the
Yeah.
eye movement desensitization, it really does a very good job of helping release.
Yeah, I really believe that
Even
there's
tapping
more,
is very
there's more
helpful.
than one way to do what needs to be
Yes.
done, and what resonates with that person is what they should do. And I think that's why there's so
totally
many
agree.
different ones.
Yeah.
There's not one that you have to do it this way, or it's not going to work. It's your choice, as always.
There's a girl I work with that wouldn't consider anything I do except if the Holy Spirit were going to do the actual lifting, that would be for her.
Yeah.
Right.
And for other people, it might be Jesus, or someone else, it might be Archangel Michael. I mean, Buddha. I mean,
Right.
there are so many wonderful angelic beings
Yes.
and ascended masters that can help us, and even ascended extraterrestrials. I mean, there's a whole other conversation about all of that too. And they're there
There's a
waiting
lot
to
of
help
stuff.
us. Yeah,
Yeah,
there is a lot.
there is a lot.
going on.
You would tell us more about Jeannie and the Cities of Light.
Well, Jeannie, she's going to be coming. Pauline Pearson lives in Quincy, and I live in South Plymouth. So we're both going to have her to our houses. She's coming on the 5th of November. Pauline will pick her up at the airport. And then on the 6th, she's going to do a presentation, which is the presentation about the City of Light, this paper here. This is a whole description about it that night. And then the next day, she will do the 4 Keys to Light initiation, which is this. And she'll be doing that at Pauline's house. And then the next morning, they'll drive down to my house, and Jeannie's going to stay with me, and she'll do the 4 Keys that day, that Sunday. And then Monday night, she'll do a presentation about the city, and then Tuesday, she'll do another 4 Keys class. And then she'll leave on Wednesday. We're going to keep her really, really busy.
She's gonna be tired.
Yeah, but
We're very
a
excited.
lot of light workers are so full of energy when you ask them, talk to me about your passion, and immediately
Yeah.
they get a lot of energy. Even I know when you do healing work, even if you're a little ill, you don't feel ill when you're doing healing work.
Yeah, because you're getting healing too.
But you don't want to do it if you're contagious.
No.
No.
But if you have a headache, it goes away.
It does.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep, I always feel
Because that
better
healing energy
afterwards.
comes right through you too. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So at my house, I'm so excited about this. This is a really big deal. It really is.
And it's not a far ride.
No, it really
No,
isn't.
it really isn't.
You know,
No.
it's a nice little drive, even from Rhode Island.
Yeah, actually, from Rhode Island, it's about an hour, and it's not
Yeah.
hard. It's not a hard hour. It's highway and then my house, pretty much. You know. So if anyone's interested, to let you'll have the information, and they can give me a call.
Okay, and so it's like an email address or something like that?
Yes, there's all the information is here. My phone number, my website. Excuse me, my
Yeah,
website.
but even
my Gmail.
Yeah, just you could tell us what the name of the not the website, but the email address. And that
Oh,
way-
want me to give out
Yeah,
loud?
Yeah, you can do that. As long as it's not a commercial
Yes.
website type of thing, we can still do the.
Oh, all right. Well, my phone number is 508-591-5141. My email is Betty Sarmento Healer @gmail.com.
That's good. And that way, they have a way. We'll read that one more time before we sign off, and that way
Yeah.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
you'll be able to have the opportunity of answering questions and some of that, because it sounds like definitely a worthwhile.
Worthwhile
Yeah, it definitely is.
event.
Yeah.
You know, I have to look at my calendar.
I know.
Well, and there are a couple of opportunities. If you can't do one, maybe you can do another.
Right.
I am getting almost to where I'm going to have to stop having people come, because I can only hold so many. But which is good, I suppose.
Right.
But I do still have some room.
That's good.
Yeah.
Now, tell us about some of the other events, like the other healers that come to that you invite.
Yes. Well, for example, the end of the month, on the 29th, I have Amy Hamill coming, and she's amazing. She does wonderful, wonderful mantra work, which are like sound prescriptions, and there's a mantra for everything. Like, who knew?
Right.
And it's all like Hindu information and that whatnot. And she like knows everything. So if you say, gee, I think I'm getting a cold, oh, there's a mantra for that.
There's an app for that.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's
yeah.
exactly what flew into my mind.
That's right. That's right. Well, you're looking at the universal connection here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
And but she's coming up the 29th, and Pauline Pearson is going to be doing a Divine Message Board workshop,
Oh, interesting.
so that people can, come. Actually, if they have their boards already, they can bring their own board and work with it with her to learn some little tricks and tips and things. Because it takes a little getting used to using it. So we're going to have that
Well, let me
coming
ask
up.
you, if
It's
you don't
not
mind
like, do you use it with a pendulum?
No,
Or
it's like it looks like a Ouija board, actually. It has a planchette, and you use the planchette, and it just moves.
Does the Indian board look like that too?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks,
Probably all the basic same design.
I think they have the basic, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And there is there's another one, a psychic board that they use for the
Yeah.
same thing. But I mean, I've just been using this for better than 10 years now.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
wow.
It's got must have some nice energy in
Yeah,
it.
yes.
Absolutely.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Wow.
And one of the nice things is that we also had one of the persons involved in our intimate circle was a woman who's very sensitive mediumistically.
Oh, nice.
So,
That's what you want.
she was able to say, we don't need your energy around here. Take a hike.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
most of the
Yeah.
people, we always start with asking for the highest vibration,
Yes,
the best light,
absolutely.
best for all, and
Yep.
basically we take it from there.
We have a prayer that Merlin gave her.
Oh,
that
great.
we start the session with, and then I
Sure.
always do the Lord's Prayer on top of it. I mean, you never know, so why not? And honestly, and this, let me just explain real quick. I was talking to Archangel Michael one day on the board,
Right,
and all of a sudden I realized that this didn't seem like Archangel Michael.
right.
So
you can feel that. That's
yeah.
what I'm saying.
So I said, "Who is this? A passerby?" And it was kind of contrite. You could feel the energy. And they went, "Yes." So I said, "Are you coming to go to the light?" "Yes." there are stuck beings that need help.
Sure.
So I work with Archangel Uriel, and I asked him to come. He's my, I love him. And he passed this person over. So then I'm back on the board, I'm talking to Archangel Michael, and I said, so what's that all about? I think that's kind of rude, I was a little put out. And so I said, why do you allow that?
Yeah.
I mean, I can't believe I talk like that to Archangel Michael, but anyway, I said that, and the next thing he wrote, because he wrote out compassion.
Okay.
So
Did that make you feel just a wee bit?
Oh yeah, he slapped me down good, and I thought, okay. So now
Because
whenever
he knew you could help him.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Right.
So they're what's the word I'm trying to say? They're attracted to our light.
Yeah, they see the light and they're attracted to it.
And I could tell you stories, but I won't. This is general public. I won't tell you all the stories.
Right, of course not. Well, I find it interesting also that you made the connection with Uriel to help, and
Yes.
Uriel's the angel for healing.
Yes, yeah.
Yes.
Well, yeah. Uriel is actually the angel of the earth,
Yeah.
of Mother Earth, and
He's also the angel for Aquarians.
Oh,
yes,
yes.
Yes, I recently
That's
found
true.
out.
Oh, I'm gonna
yeah,
tell
that
my
is
husband.
true.
Because I'm an Aquarian.
So's Gary. Yeah. Oh, cool.
Each of those archangels, they all have many different hats they wear. And he was the one who came to me originally that through another person that she told me that he was,
That's right.
and to use him, and he's been just a wonderful help. He really is.
Because I usually use Archangel Michael for helping with his team of healing and rescue angels
Yeah.
to help people move on
Yeah.
Yeah.
when they attach to me, or
Yeah.
they're in my environment.
You
Yeah.
feel right.
Yeah.
Well, and that's perfect. There's nothing wrong with that. In my case, I had Archangel Michael there one time, and I said to him, "Do you want to take care of this?" And he said, "No." And I said, should I call on Archangel Uriel like I usually do? And he said, yes. So that's they want me to do that.
Yeah.
But I think other people do different things. And it's all right. I mean, it's all good. Doesn't matter,
It's true.
right?
Whatever works.
Ah,
As long as
exactly.
it's for the best.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the highest good.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's the
absolutely.
highest good.
That covers it all.
It really does.
Yeah. Now, I understand as part of the Healing Center that you do have a few little knickknacks for people if they want to buy a pendulum
Yes.
or if they need a crystal.
I have a limited supply of things. I don't want to get too deeply into
No, it's
selling.
Commercial, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I do have some things, some crystals. I have like amethyst and citrine, raw, which I liked it, so I bought it, I do have some inexpensive pendulums with their own bags for people who are starting dowsing, or just they like them.
Do you teach dowsing, or do you have
I don't
someone there
teach
that
dowsing.
does?
Pauline actually comes and
Pauline
teaches
does.
dowsing. Last year we did a dowsing school. It was 4 separate classes, and it was very popular. People loved it.
Does she use the rods as well? or-
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, we did one at our church this summer.
Yeah.
And it was very popular.
Yeah, she's going to teach at the Quincy Spiritualist Church too at some point. I'm not sure when, but yeah, she does that. I also have pendulums that are a little bit more expensive that are more like you could wear them as a necklace, but they really are pendulums, so they're a little bit of both. Very nice, very beautiful.
Nice.
Angels. I love
And I have
the
the
angels.
opalite angels.
Beautiful.
Oh,
They're like blue, white. They're beautiful.
they're gorgeous,
They
just
really are.
gorgeous, and they're wonderful to meditate with or whatever. It doesn't just to look at. And
I
gosh,
definitely have to come to your center.
yes, you do. You
Her
do.
house is beautiful. It's right on the
Thank you.
water. There's like a pond.
The pond,
behind
yeah.
it.
Beautiful energy.
It is. It's lovely. It really is.
I have Native Americans on the land, spirit, of course.
Of course.
And turns out a friend of mine is very sensitive to that energy, and she was grounding herself walking in my backyard, and she came in and she said to me, "What do you know about your property?" And I said, "Well, what do you mean?" Well, it turns out she'd been tuning into them, and there was a settlement there, probably Wampanoag, I would imagine. And they told her that they want us to do a fire circle. That they're happy I'm there, but they want us to do a fire circle. So now I'm working on getting
Okay.
the medicine man
Yep.
to come and
Yep.
do the fire circle.
Good.
So that
Yeah.
should be kind of nice.
Yeah, our co-host Ken Demers has had a fire circle done on a property of his that had an energy vortex.
Oh, and he's got energy
I
vortexes
do,
too.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I had 7. 5 of them I had to close, but 2 of them were meant to stay open. So
Yeah.
they're open now.
Yeah.
So, wow.
Oh, 2 were healing and 2 were not.
Yeah, that's basically what it is. Yeah, the others had to go.
So the vortex that you have, or the 2 vortexes that you have, are they on your property? Yeah.
Yes,
So you're
yeah.
able to walk to them or through
I can
them,
find
into
them.
Yeah.
I can find them with my dowsing rods, and that's actually how I close the others. And I tried to close these, and they wouldn't close.
So the spirits that are involved
Yeah.
wouldn't allow
Allow
it.
it.
Yeah.
Right.
So I asked, and they said, no, those have to stay open. And I said, okay, that's fine. You know, I don't mind.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens with it. I do have a lot of other providers that come too. Yesterday we had a fair,
Yep.
Yes, I was
Reading-
going to ask you about the fair.
You did.
reading and healing. My friend
I was
here
there.
was there doing Akashic record reading.
Gina
And yep, doing,
doing her spirit drawings.
Yes.
Which are really awesome.
yeah. She's a wonderful medium,
Yeah.
Gina Montero. And she,
There's a lot.
about a year ago, they gave her automatic writing. She's right-handed, and she had to do it with the left hand, so you know it's not her.
Wow.
And actually, she had a message for me because she was at the house, and I brought it with us so
Yeah.
Doris could see it. you know.
Interesting.
And but they wanted her to create these wonderful symbols on art board
Right.
for people.
Sure.
And so she's been doing those, and they're not only are they beautiful, but they're wonderful messages, and they have the energy of the what it is
The
that they're giving
intent.
them. Yeah, right in them. you know.
Right.
And she does that with her left hand too, doesn't
Left hand,
she?
yep, everything's left.
And she's right-handed, and their designs, and she colors them in, and amazes me that
The
all
detail
in
is
the lines.
crazy.
So she doesn't do spirit mediumship drawing though, but she does spirit
Right.
drawing.
Yes,
Right,
yes.
spirit drawings.
Actually, she does.
Whatever symbol they give her for that person.
Actually, she spirit draws the drawing.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
you
not
know.
her. She can't even see it. They
Yeah.
make her blind.
They tell me what to draw.
Yeah.
You too?
You know,
Oh.
Yeah.
but they don't give me a lot of skill.
Well, in her
That's
case,
it,
it's
that-
spirit doing
yeah.
it.
Yeah, but usually they tell me a sentence or two, and I'm
Oh,
able
okay.
to, give them something to take home from a reading.
Nice. That's so
That is
cool. I
nice.
love that.
That's right from spirit.
Yeah,
That's nice.
yeah, I like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, so it's nice when you do a reading that you feel good about.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Even if you had to tell somebody that they need to let go of something.
Yes.
Those are a little harder
They are.
to
They
do.
are.
But when it's in the most loving way and they understand that,
Yes.
it becomes easier.
Yep.
It
Yeah,
does.
yeah. I know the show is coming to a close soon, so I wanted to thank our guests. Thank you very much, because we'll continue talking, and we may run right through to the end of the show.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
But thank you very much.
Thank you for having
Betty,
me. I really
Doris,
appreciated
Thank
it.
you.
And Doris, you'll be back.
Yes. I will be.
We're
Quick as
going to have
money.
we'll have a whole show with you and Betty,
Yeah.
my 2 angel singers.
Okay.
I'm sorry we couldn't actually have the whole group here.
Right, right. Well, I
audience
just
would have
find it
loved it.
interesting that, we're able to get, a couple of people representing the group and
Yeah.
being able to share with us what you have, making a connection with the spirit board and the same spiritual energies
Yes.
that a lot of people use and call upon and actually draw on their
Yes.
guidance
It's
and
amazing.
their
Yeah.
strength.
I think I'm always amazed how many people there are.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you so very much for joining us. And I had one quick question. Can anyone use the divine?
Anyone
Message
can use
board.
a divine message board, but you do need 2 people. It can be done with 1, but you really need 2 for the
Okay.
energy.
Okay. That's good to know.
Yeah.
Because I would have been doing it on my own.
Yeah, you would do.
Exactly. No, you
It
wouldn't.
wouldn't have been working.
No, you'd be sitting there. I want a refund.
No.
I can't make this thing work.
I would just figure my energy was
Where the
too low.
batteries go?